Welcome back to Students Going Nowhere. I'm your host, Taylor Philippi. Last week was our first episode, and it was interesting to see the response from our viewers. We had about 260 views, after which a whopping 25 of you said, "Sure, I'll subscribe." The other 235 of you passively said, "I'm not interested." And well, after today's episode, I'm sure you'll feel the same. Well, this past week, Governor Cuomo announced that he would indeed be closing schools for the remainder of the school year. This leaves students going nowhere. And while at LCS they're receiving academic instruction, many are disappointed that they will not be able to return to extracurricular activities. The good news is, the majority of them will be able to do so next year. However, sadly, this is not true for our seniors. It's an early goodbye for them, and a missing out on the last time they play a softball game, the last time they close their locker, the last time they say goodbye to their friend or sit under their favorite teacher's tutelage. Typically, you know when it's your last. This time, it's been robbed early from them. So, in an effort to honor our senior athletes and to remember them, I've invited them on our show today. Seniors, thank you so much for being on today. Really excited to have you. These are most of our senior athletes. So thank you for joining us. We just want to hear a little bit from you guys about your high school experience when it comes to athletics and your sports teams. I know that for some of you, it's been really difficult not to be able to play softball or baseball for your last time. And that does sadden us too. We're not able to see you. But hopefully this is really a cool opportunity for you just to say some last words to the community about what it's been like for you playing at LCS on a team. So we have a couple questions for you. What was one of your best memories playing at LCS?
One good one from this year was when Daniel got a yellow card for flopping. That was very memorable.
I'd probably say like the bus rides in general, just because it's a really good way to bond and like they're just really fun.
I would say it's this past year in soccer when we played this really rich, pompous school and at their home field, and we absolutely kicked their butts.
When we won sectionals for basketball for the first time in like 6 years or something like that, it was just definitely a moment I was happy to be part of.
So if this is the attacker, right, he goes by Weiss, and this is Weiss, he takes this like huge circle around and still like comes back again, so he has to play it and beat him again.
And did he get to him? He got to him?
Yeah, because he's just so fast.
Yeah.
Like lightning.
He is. He's a machine.
Yeah. He's a machine.
Now the question is, did they get by him the second time?
Probably.
The 2017 volleyball team, when we went to third round of sectionals, and we went to the fifth set, and then we lost. And then like that moment was historical. Everyone was in the gym. It was like probably one of my best moments in high school.
I can't let this meeting go without highlighting our merciless conditioning in soccer. That somehow always paid off.
You always led the charge with that, Weiss. I don't know what we're going to do next year without you. You're the one who pulls everybody forward a little bit with that. So
maybe they'll have to start coaching.
Wow.
Maybe no one to call you assistant coach next year.
What was it like recovering from your injury?
It was really hard and difficult, but I had help from like all of my teammates and all my family members pushing me to get back to where I was. So it was long and hard, but I got back and now I'm good.
Did you learn something from that? Like, what was a big lesson you took away from that?
Probably patience, honestly, because it was really hard to like be calm over the summer and not like play basketball or soccer. Like I just had to listen to the doctor, and because he knows what's best. So I just like waited it out and just like kept doing like physical therapy, and now I'm all good.
What do you think you're going to miss most about not having this last season?
I missed sitting on the bench and eating sunflower seeds and like watching the sunset and
And not playing baseball.
self-reflecting. On my
John, are you
life.
saying you probably wouldn't have gotten much time on the baseball field?
Probably not.
Okay.
You get really good at like splitting the seed perfectly. So there's two halves.
The joys
And
of
then-
baseball season. Sunset and sunflower seeds.
and sand raking too.
And sand raking. Do you volunteer for that, or do they make you?
I do volunteer.
All the time. Wow. Well, I don't think Jonah really understands that. It's all right.
Sorry, I'm too busy on the field.
Yeah. Has it been difficult not being able to play your last season?
Yeah,
What's that been like?
it's been pretty sad.
Yeah. No, I get it. It has been.
I mean, I can always pick up a bat and hit whenever I want, but I'll never be able to play in that game aspect again. And that's just what I miss.
Yeah.
I miss the team. It was going to be a good team this year.
A student asked you, why should they play a high school sport at LCS? What would you say to them?
It's a good way to make friends or form like connections with other people.
It gave you a routine, and I definitely think that's something good to have in your life, especially going from high school to college. So it's good to have a routine, and I definitely think it's something you should do in high school.
So, Weiss, you've never played soccer before. Your first year playing soccer was at LCS. What was positive about that experience? Why would you tell somebody, like, go play a sport even if they've never played it?
I initially played to get in shape and to satisfy John's excessive wants for me to play soccer.
Awesome.
But once you start to get it down, it really becomes a lot more fun, especially when you play with people you're around all the time and you enjoy.
I definitely enjoyed having a team. That was one of the best things for me. That's why I like soccer and softball so much. Especially during practices, you really got to bond with your teammates and cheer each other on and encourage each other, which is something that I really enjoyed and appreciated. And being able to do that to the younger classmen too, as I've grown up over the years in the sports, has been really nice.
When I first started, it gave me a way to connect with the older guys and also maybe some like role models and some people I could look up to. And when I became older, it gave me some younger students I could like hang out with and get to know. And like that interaction doesn't always happen in schools.
Yeah. Do you think you're the best role model they'll ever see in their entire life?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you will.
You're supposed to
Yes,
answer
he is.
that.
I would definitely say that playing a high school sport is one of the most meaningful things I've ever experienced in my entire life. It gave me a second family, and I definitely I didn't rely on them, but as a good team, I leaned on them. I definitely did, because after a bad day, they were always the ones to make me happy all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, like with random things, like a random note in the locker.
I would play for the community. You get so close to a bunch of guys, and there's really not an experience like it.
I'm going to go around and ask everybody to give me one word that best sums up their athletic career at LCS.
Panera.
Conditioning.
And
Small.
Okay. Awesome.
playing soccer.
Two words. So
40.
Oh, Marty. Outlet.
Meaningful.
Well, seniors, I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of this. Really appreciate you taking the time and just thinking through some of those answers. Really, really do appreciate you and love you guys a lot. It's been great. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Have a good one, guys.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Well, that's all for me. Thanks so much for watching. Question to the 235 of you. Did this video convince you to subscribe? If you're interested, you can do so below. Until next time, live long and prosper.
If you can drive a Zamboni, you can rake a baseball field, okay?
Probably.
If you can't drive a Zamboni, you could probably still rake a baseball field.
You can pull a rake, you can probably rake a field.